To me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the queen of the indies, Tiffany. Oh damn, I just realized my hair's down and I feel like I should have a bunch of scrunchies right now. I failed you, man. I totally failed you.
I have none right now.
Okay, but I feel like I should have planned this better and I have like curly hair. I just realized it now. But please welcome my guest, Becca. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad that we get to finally chat on the podcast. Like I said, a bunch of people, you guys have asked me to bring Becca on, so I got you guys. So make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button so we get out there. So we got a bunch of questions for Becca. If you guys are new to the channel, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, behind the scenes. I got you covered. So if you guys got questions for Becca, please feel free, drop them into the chat. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to answer. So we're going to start off. We're going to learn a little bit about you, this podcast. So it's probably like the question that like everybody gets, but for the people that don't know you, like, you know, how did you get into professional wrestling?
Yeah, I started watching wrestling pretty recently, like maybe like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was really just like watching the women's wrestling on NXT, and like Glow had just come out on Netflix at that time. So I just felt like I was learning about it, and never really like knew much about wrestling before then.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just really intrigued me. And I kind of like instantly was like, I need to do this. Like, I would like mess around with my friends a lot, just like coming up with ideas and whatnot. Like who would I, if when I was in the ring, like who would I be? And it was really fun. And so I ended up like getting into wrestling, not indie wrestling, but wrestling through a queer wrestling league in Boston called Boston League of Wicked Wrestlers. And through that, I ended up training to be an independent wrestler. And that's kind of how I got into training.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh man. And you brought up Glow. Like I feel like they need to bring out like another season. I'm like kind of sad, right? Like are we like a little behind here? Like we need another season of Glow.
Yeah. You know, I actually didn't watch the second season.
No? Oh man, I got hooked. I think like when they finally put all the seasons out, I think that's when I binged it. And
Really?
I was like, this is great.
Know, I actually like didn't love, like I liked the show.
Yeah.
But I think I just liked the wrestling in it.
Yeah.
Like I think because I like kind of thought about it and I was like, yeah, I have like no interest in watching the second season. And I think the reason I liked the first season was because I was intrigued by the wrestling. Like I didn't care about the characters or anything. This is bad.
It was like interesting. It's like, okay, so like they're not actual wrestlers, but you know they're playing this whole part of being wrestlers, and you know, so it's.
But then like I don't care about their personal lives. I'm like, whatever.
It's-
Like Zoya the Destroyer or whatever. I want to see her in the ring.
oh my god, it brings flashbacks. I kind of want to go back and like rewatch it now that we're talking about it. So if you guys see me like tweeting about it later, that's why we're gonna blame Becca.
Maybe I will too.
I don't know. Maybe give it another chance because like now like you're involved like, you know, much deeper. So maybe like you'll have like a different appreciation for it. Obviously you're not going to get real wrestling like, you know, you guys, but just the entertaining factor of it. It's too funny.
Yeah, I should give it another try.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know a lot of people definitely are into it. I see you guys in the chat. How are you? Captain Dave, what's up? Wes says, "Hey Becca, my son Kyle and Wes say hi." And then he said, "With the wrestlers you have wrestled, is there one wrestler that you have great chemistry with?"
I feel like I don't know. And this is like maybe bad to say. I feel like I have good chemistry with everyone. Like everyone's kind of different and like works differently in the ring, but yeah, that's hard. I feel like I have really good chemistry tagging with Armani Chaos. That was really fun. We never tagged together, but we worked together in like a four-way.
Right.
And I felt like we had really good chemistry, so like maybe we should tag at some point.
Oh.
And yeah, I feel like that. I mean, I feel like every match that I've had has been unique and like special in its own way. So I have a hard time picking like one opponent, but I guess I'd say Armani Chaos, not as an opponent, but
Okay.
as an ally.
Yeah, you never know. Like, in the world of independent wrestling, we always, you know, everything's possible, right? Like, I feel like this could happen that you guys like team up together. It'd be a fun team. Oh, damn. Would you think of a name? Like, do you like instant thought of a name for you guys, like your tag team?
There was like people were kind of like tweeting about it when we did like the four-way, and I'm trying to remember what the names were, but if anyone has any ideas, you know, drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
On Twitter, tag me.
Yes. So
Tag me and Armani.
leave some comments, even if you're watching this later, you know, leave them below. Let us know. Chat to the chat. He says, okay, so we're going to have to adjust your question. He said, Becca, who is your favorite wrestler you grew up watching as a kid? So since you said it was like a couple of years ago, I guess it's like who was, you know, the one that kind of caught your eye? Let's change it to that.
I feel like it was a lot of the women on NXT at the time, like, or just like the women in general. I feel like when I first started watching wrestling, the Sasha Bailey feud was like, I was like really into that. So maybe the two of them.
Yeah.
But I really like Naomi really pulled me in. Nikki and Brie and Paige and AJ Lee, all of them, like their drama and their wrestling and their looks and everything just really I loved it. So I know that was like 7 people. It's a lot.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's a lot of talented wrestlers out there. The list is like forever going, I feel like. Let's see. Wes also says, it's always a pleasure for Kyle and me seeing you at Magic. So,
oh, yes. I love Magic.
Magic is
Hope to go back.
Yes, Magic is great. David, he says, hi, Tiffany and your guest, Becca. Who would you like to wrestle next on your list of females on the scene today?
Yeah, so Savannah Evans was on the top of my list. I was supposed to face her this Saturday at Limitless. Yeah. And unfortunately, I cannot. Yeah. I'm out of action for a little bit. So that match is on the back burner for now. But when I return, I want my match with Savannah.
Okay. So I like to ask this opinion. Clearly, like I've seen you in person, you know, I can talk about matches, but for that fan, I like actually like your guys' opinions, because you guys are always so hard on yourself. So I like to be like, okay, you know, here, you answer the question pretty much. So for that fan that's listening to this podcast, never seen you wrestle before, what is the go-to match they should watch of yours that would make them an instant fan?
Me versus Charles Mason from Limitless last summer.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
So good. So good. AKA Muff Cabbage. If you freaking guys know, if you follow me, I love busting his chops. Muff Cabbage for life. So I call him Muff Cabbage. So pretty
What?
much. So the backstory, so it's good too because I got a bunch of new fans and they have no idea why I call him Muff Cabbage or whatever. I went to a show of a company that no longer exists with a couple of friends, and you know he's heel. And if you guys are interested, you can check out that interview too because I had him on the podcast as well. So he ripped my sign. Okay, you know I don't care, whatever. I started talking trash to me and my friend, and she just started screaming at him. And then she's like, "You're Muff Cabbage," because we were in Jersey, and she felt like it was a Jersey thing, but it kinda brought up from South Park. So if you ever wrestle him, just call him Muff Cabbage to piss him off because he gets really mad. But
Good to know.
good to know. I have a little. Where is he? I know Becca can't see it. I'll show it to her after. But here's a little cabbage. It's in my house, so we call him Muffy. And this is every time that we see Charles Mason, we bring it. So pretty much. So if you want to get on his bad side, just call him Muff Cabbage. He'll love it. But definitely, that was such a great, match. I mean, let's talk Limitless because Limitless is such a great promotion. And I got into it last year. I think it was mostly thanks to John Alba, because John Alba had told me about Limitless, and me trying to keep tabs of every single promotion out there is impossible. So, but I am grateful for John Alba for introducing me to Limitless. But tell us some of your favorite moments working over there.
Yeah, I mean, Limitless is very much a home to me. I started out there like only a few matches into my career, and I was really given a platform to grow.
Mhm.
And so I've had like a lot of, I would say like every iteration of myself has been possible because of Limitless. Throughout like the initial tapings I did where I was basic Becca, and then transitioning kind of to kind of like lean into who I was more as like the scrunchy girl. And yeah, I've had like several important moments there. I mean, the road tapings were monumental for me for my development, and also yeah, just being able to wrestle during the pandemic was incredible. I'll always be grateful. And then Limitless was like one of the first crowds that I actually worked in front of after the pandemic. And I remember being kind of nervous because I had only done the tapings.
Mhm.
And I think just like the first time I stepped in front of the Limitless crowd, and I was like, I have no reason to be nervous. Like this is home. These people are it for me. Like this is it. This is right. And so that was like a really big moment for me. I think also, yeah, but getting to wrestle JT Dunn in the Vacation Land Cup, that was like a huge moment for me because my Limitless debut for like a Limitless show was at the Vacation Land Cup the previous year, and I wasn't in the cup. I was one of the like non-tournament matches. So to go from like a non-tournament match to actually being in the tournament, to me was just like, oh, I'm growing. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better, and I've like earned my way into the tournament. And also just like being able to wrestle JT was just a great opportunity. And yeah, that was incredible for me. Same with wrestling Anthony Green at the New Year's show,
Yeah.
which was kind of a different show because to me it felt almost like a showcase kind of show because it was limitless, but it was not in Maine, and that felt special to me because first of all, like Anthony Green was one of my first matches, and to like kind of come, and that was actually at like a Limitless taping, was with Anthony Green. So then like, you know, a year and 8 months later or whatever, to then be able to have a match in front of a crowd, and like I don't know, just being able to see my progress like from one match to another was kind of like, I would say like full circle moment, because I'm not full circle, but you know what I mean.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Like coming back to like the same opponent, but like so much has changed. Like he like worked for WWE, and in that time like I was also growing and wrestling, and so yeah, it was just interesting to see how we kind of like diverged and then came back together at Limitless again. Also Anthony Green, incredible person to step in the ring with, so I hope to do that again soon too.
That's so awesome. That was like one of the things.
Moments. Limitless is just so special.
Yeah.
Like, really, so.
Let me give some love into the chat. There's so many things you brought up that I want to touch base on, but I want to make sure that I hit up everybody in the chat. Sky said, definitely need to watch more Limitless. Definitely. I told you, put that promotion on your bucket list. You're going to learn a lot. There's a lot of great wrestlers on that roster. It's just great. It's on my bucket list to get up to Maine this year, so I can actually witness a Limitless show in person. TJ Crawford's in the chat. He goes, what's up, fam? How are you, TJ? I miss you in the ring. I tell you all the time.
Hi, TJ.
Good Cop Bad Cop says hi. TJ says heal up fast, Becca.
You too.
Yes, you guys need to get better fast so I can see you both. I miss you both. But yeah, you brought up like so many different things. Like obviously, like you and Anthony Green had such amazing chemistry. It was such a great match. Sky, put that on your list of matches 100% if you're looking, because she's always looking for matches to study, because she started training in wrestling, which is great. Like it's about like 3 months now. So I'm so excited for her. So definitely put that on the list if you didn't watch that. And then we talked with JT Dunn like not that long ago on the podcast, and one of the cool things that we had brought up is that, you know, I was talking about like intergender wrestling with him, and it's me personally, it's like one of my favorite things, but he also felt that intergender wrestling kind of made him, he feels like, but he also said that he wants it really just to be pure wrestling, that it shouldn't just be called like intergender wrestling, that it should just be wrestling. And I know you're always going to have those, you know, hit or miss with certain fans that they don't believe in it, but you guys are all trained the same. It doesn't matter whether you're a female or you're a male, you're all trained the same way. You guys are entertainers, athletes, all that. You know, it's an art. So I'm always going to defend intergender matches. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to watch. So, but it's a good thing.
Yeah, people get very critical about it, and it's interesting. I think like everyone in wrestling has really strong opinions about everything, and they want everyone to know them all the time.
Right.
And so kind of like, I don't know, my reaction whenever someone is like, I don't like intergender wrestling, is I'm just like, okay, like, good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really care. So.
Whatever your cup of tea is, I always say that if there's something that you don't like, there's something else that you'll find that you will like. So you know, we all have our things that we don't like and we do like or whatever, but if it's not your cup of tea, well, you know, okay, you know, go find something else that you like. So
like not worth my time thinking about those people or trying to convince them about anything, because I just don't think, I don't know. They can tweet about it.
There you go. I'm all here for it. I am team intergender wrestling. So, But yeah, so let's move on, because it was funny because I actually want to talk about your Europe tour, because I mean, I know unfortunately you got hurt, but I mean, I really want to talk about just the experience as a whole. Like, how was it? Like, you go to a bunch of different places in Europe. You got to do some training. I mean, I want to know a little bit of everything. I want to know about some of your matches. I want to know how the food was. Like, give me a little bit of everything with Europe.
Yeah, it was incredible. Honestly, I want to go back as soon as I can. Um, London is so cute. I'm like obsessed. I love it. Um, yeah, I had such a great time. I wrestled Alexis Falcon at Pro Wrestling Eve, and she's incredible. Had the time of my life there. Seriously, Eve is a great promotion. If you like women's wrestling, check it out, because I love women's wrestling, and I've been watching Eve for a while. So to be on the show was like very exciting for me. It kind of felt like a bucket list kind of thing, except not, because I also want to go back and work there more. So not bucket list, but I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible. I trained at Play Fight London, which was great. Incredible students there, just like totally welcomed me in, and learned a lot of cool stuff, which, unfortunately, you'll all have to wait and see a little bit longer. But yeah, really just a great environment there, super positive learning environment, and yeah, met some really great people. I really want to go back to the UK. There's a lot of really great women's wrestling there. Alex Windsor, Lana Austin, and gosh, there's so many there at Eve. Those were just two names that just came to my mind of people who I was like, oh, I really want to wrestle them. So yeah, I really want to go back, and yeah, and then so I was in London, and then I went to Spain. I worked for RCW in Madrid, and that was also just so much fun. It was actually really cool because I got to wrestle Claudia Bradstone, who I actually met before I started training, or like when I just started training, basically before I started training. I was in France, and kind of like on a whim, I just was like, I want to see what the wrestling's like here. And so I went to like a random indie show in like outside of Paris, and she was actually wrestling on the show, and I like met her and met like a bunch of other people and got to like train with them in France, which was really fun. And that was like 2.5 years ago. So it was like a while ago.
Yeah.
And then I end up wrestling her in Spain like 2.5 years later. So wild. Yeah, another full circle moment, I guess. But it's a small world.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool. And unfortunately, I did get injured while I was in Spain, but RCW took incredible care of me. And the doctors, I couldn't understand them all the time, but they were great. So had a great time overall.
That's good. How are the fans though? Like how was the reaction with the fans?
Like in London or
anywhere, anything. Like, was it like very different than what you're used to here? Like, were they extra, like, because I hear those stories, like when people like they go to Japan, they're like, oh, the fans are so different, like than what they are here.
I would say, I mean, I didn't get like a ton of experience since but the fans pretty much, I would say, were like similar, like super excited to watch the show and engaged. One funny thing was they did the like I guess like football, but like soccer, like the football chants or like songs. They would like sing those to the wrestlers, and I was like, what is this song? Like after the match, I was like asking like what was the song they were singing? And they were like, oh, they're the football chants. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know, I never heard that before. So that was cool.
How cool
Yeah.
is that? Oh, any favorite food spots that you found that you gotta go back to?
Oh my God. Okay. It's not like a spot, but like London, there was like this like sushi chain, I guess,
Hmm.
called like Itsu.
Hmm.
Loved it. Definitely, definitely want to go back.
Gotta make like the list of things. You never know. Like that's why I always like to ask because it seems to always be a conversation on this podcast when we talk to people about food and certain places, or maybe they're gonna go visit purposely. So I like to kind of incorporate those questions in there. Skies in chat, she goes, gutted. I did not get to meet you in the UK, but hopefully one day I would love to see you versus Lana for sure.
Oh my God, yes. Hopefully it'll happen.
One of these days. So one great thing, let's talk, like AEW as well, because like I love it. I love the fact that, a lot of people that come on this podcast, they have those opportunities. You got to team up with Notorious Mimi. Tell us a little bit about that AEW experience for you.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Just any opportunity to be in that environment is just fantastic. Mimi is great. Love Mimi. Would love to tag again sometime. And yeah, it was just a ton of fun. Just getting to be in front of that many people is just like it's exhilarating. It's so fun. There's nothing like it that I've experienced before. So
Big high, right?
yeah.
Big high. That's so awesome. I'm so glad, like, for you guys that you get this, like, opportunity, even if it's, like, something completely new experience for you guys. Like, but it's so cool, like, watching and be like, hey, I know that person.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really, really cool. Okay, so I have a series of questions that are gonna kind of like intertwine with each other. So, we're gonna start off with this for the fun of it. So, how many scrunchies do you own?
I have so many. I literally couldn't tell you. I have like a huge bag full and then like another drawer full. So I literally I don't know.
Did you always
I should
lose
do
them?
like a competition where I like take pictures and then post it and be like, guess how many scrunchies.
There you go, and then you could give like a
You-
free 8x10 or something.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could do
gonna
that,
do it.
or you
That's
could like
good.
give one of the scrunchies that's in the pile.
Yeah,
That's what I think. You should do.
scrunchie and an 8x10.
There you go, and then you could sign the scrunchie. I think that'd be a fun like little giveaway. So, ooh, okay, stay tuned for that. So we recently had Aaron Rourke on, and then we'll get into your match after with him. But he had a message for you on the podcast. He goes, "Tell her to loosen those scrunchies."
Wow.
Do you feel attacked now?
I expect nothing less from him, honestly. So,
Too funny. I had to share that. He brought that up on the podcast. So he's like, tell her to listen up her scrunchies. So I like kind of lost it during that pod.
he's too much.
He is too much. But you guys had an incredible match, and I was so excited that was my first chaotic show that I physically came up for. So it was fun. Like, what better way than have like you guys, like wrestle, which was such a great match. And again, if you guys haven't watched it, like go back. It's on Twitch. Definitely go follow Chaotic Wrestling on Twitch. But that was so fun. So fun. Great match. Love. Again, you guys got great chemistry. Maybe I don't know if there's anything else you like want to add about that match working with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think like that was our second match at Chaotic. You're referring to like the Watertown.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Our first match at Chaotic was actually my first Panoptic title defense.
Yeah.
So that's also just kind of special. I think just anytime you get to have like two matches with the same person in kind of like the same context, it's just like it's cool to see how I've grown since I won the championship.
Right.
And how the championship had kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone a little bit, given me some different opponents than I was used to, and I think I just got to kind of see how I had developed over time, which was really cool. And also, Aaron's just a great wrestler. Don't tell him I said this.
No, that's like being blocked out, pretty much.
But you didn't hear it from me.
There you go. Should there be the possibility for like, a rematch for the belt? Like,
yeah. Well, we'll see now.
Yeah.
See what happens.
So, and it was funny because I remember like, what was it? Was it the bridge? There was a spot. And I was like, oh, like when he went into the German suplex into the bridge, and I said, that's beautiful. And he's like, I stole it from Becca. He was like, so see, credit. I love all you guys. You guys are great. So Chris Bradley from H2O is in the chat. He wants me to ask you. Oh boy. So just so you know, this is a trouble question. But it's a fun trouble question. So I'm gonna explain it to you because I know like you don't know about it. So Chris just likes coming into the chat, instigating all my guests every once in a while. So I have the thing. He goes, everyone must play since I had to. Fine, we will play the game. Okay, relax. So we're just gonna do top 3 then because I'm not gonna completely overload her. So I had the whole thing with me is I started the whole list of husbands. So I have my list of husbands of all independent wrestlers out there that, they're on the list. So now we have fun and we ask some of the wrestlers, which, we're trying not to get in trouble. It's all fun. So nobody get like all bent out of shape. It's all a fun list, So it could be anything. It could be the fact of like, just, they're handsome or maybe like they're just really good in the ring or whatever. So we're going to do top 3 because I'm not going to kill her with top 5, Chris. Top 3. List the husbands that are in the independent scene. Her face is.
You're not gonna like these answers.
How do you know?
Because they're boring, maybe. Predictable.
There's a lot of hot guys out there.
All right, Alec.
Okay, yeah.
Armani. And. Davian.
There you go. I like it that she's not like, doing the both. I like that. I like when people do both. I appreciate that. So, Chris, are you satisfied in the chat? I need to know because
probably not.
Probably. I think he's probably insulted that you didn't put him on your list. I can't. You're a mess, Chris. So, so I had to do that to him. I love we love embarrassing some of the people sometimes, but it's all good fun. It's all good fun. So obviously, like you and Alec, I love it. We get to see you guys team up together, all the time. I know that was like a big thing that a lot of fans were talking about, that they wanted to talk about, like you working with him and everything and all that fun stuff. Any special moments that stick out with you working with him?
Oh, that's a good question.
We don't want to guess his head too much, maybe. I don't know.
Special moments. One moment that is just like one of my favorite moments tagging with Alec was after we wrestled Waves and Curls. And we did like a little dance in the ring.
Yes.
And I just remember like someone who was on commentary was like, oh, it's like Dancing with the Stars. And then I don't know, it was just so funny to me. And it just cracks me up to this day. Like I'll like look back at the clip of us dancing. It just makes me laugh because it's just so ridiculous and I don't know, it's just absurd. It's just fun.
These are the moments. I always tell people, make moments, right? And like, it's just a good time. Like, wrestling can be fun, guys. Like, right? Like,
and wrestling with Alec, like, there really is this like feeling of just like, you can do whatever you want. Like, I don't know. He just has that attitude about him.
Yeah.
And when you're in the ring with him, it kind of like, at least with me, it like it rubs off on me.
Yeah.
So.
He's so great. He's so great. I'm still like, I don't know the last Chaotic show. If you guys didn't watch it, go back on the Indie Talk series. The last Chaotic show, I had him on doing like some backstage interview. I don't know how, since I'm a giggle box, I don't know how I kept a straight face. And I started talking to him about Love Doug, trying to make him his Valentine. And he just went off. And I was just like, wow. After the camera went off. And I was like, my friend who just like knew him because I did the podcast with him, she was like, I felt all that, just so you know. She's like, I felt every single moment, she's like, of that promo. So if you guys, I think I put it on Twitter too.
A promo.
It was
Real.
it was hysterical. It was like the best thing. He called him a creep. And I can't. That shit's great. Prince in the chat says Becca has the best 450 in the biz. Just saying.
Thank you.
So good. So good. Love all the clean moves. So we have a couple of fan tweets. So we got a fan tweet from Good Cop Bad Cop. He said, I had to work for this one, but with Becca being an anagram of 3C Cab, he says it's a cab company in Ohio, and with taxi drivers having a reputation for crazy driving, which indie wrestler driver most drives like a cab driver? Damn. Throw under the bus.
Oh, I can tell you right now that Armani Chaos is a crazy driver. I have driven with him multiple times to Maine, around Massachusetts, and yeah. I can't even get into stories, but
Oh no, now you got to get into the stories because I love asking about road trip stories. So since you said that, you have to give us like what are your best road trip stories, and you might as well throw him under the bus since you said there's so many.
like it'll just be like he'll just be like having, I feel like one time I like got a group chat text from him while he was driving, and I was like, maybe don't do that.
Oh no.
No, but I mean, obviously I still drive with him.
Yeah.
So I feel safe enough, but
Good Cop Bad Cop said dish the dirt.
he's a little wild.
Uh-oh. Just giving us like little things, just not giving.
But you know what? I will say this. He will get you there in a timely manner.
Well, that's good.
So.
That's good. Definitely need to get there on time at the shows, pretty much. That's funny. What's up, Everything Pro Wrestling? How are ya? Give some love to my friend. Let's see. What else do we got? So, fan tweet from Keith. He goes, how come she doesn't throw out Scrunchies at the show, considering she's the leader of the Scrunchie squad?
You know, I used to. I used to do that. But like all things in life, you know, especially fashion, things come and go. And I love scrunchies still. I wear them very frequently. But sometimes, you know, you move on.
Okay.
So I did at one point throw scrunchies out into the crowd, and I still do sometimes, especially if I see like somebody already wearing one, especially like a child in the crowd who has a scrunchie. I'm like, okay, obviously I'm gonna give you a scrunchie because you're adorable.
Yeah.
And you need a scrunchie. You need another one. And so like obviously I do. But I don't really do it regularly anymore because sometimes you gotta let go.
I think it's like more special that way too. It's like the, you know, like you said, like with the kids, and it makes it more meaningful, I think, you know, to do it that way. But it's fun though. I could see you like coming out with like a bag of scrunchies and just like flinging it at, you know, people. But you know, there's a lot of weird people out there too. So there's something that I do on my podcast. It's very important to me. Wrestling with positivity. We all need it. There's so much negative. So I like to focus on the positive. So, again, like me personally, like, me podcasting, me being able to work at certain promotions, I get to see a lot of positive, you know, stuff that happens in wrestling. So I like to bring these stories out to light, for everybody. So is there anything that sticks out to you, whether it was something that you've done for a fan, maybe a fan's done for you, maybe you've done something for a wrestler, or maybe another wrestler's done for you that, just jumps out at you that you can share with us.
That's a good question. Honestly, I mean, there's a lot. There's like a million stories of like, wrestler. I saw my types. Sky Blue one time offered me tights when she saw mine were ripped. That was just so nice. I didn't really know her that well. That was a really kind thing that happened. But just like in general, like every time like I've gotten, I mean, when I got hurt in Spain, everyone there was so incredibly kind. Every show, honestly, just like, this is going to sound stupid, but if you are a wrestler or a fan or anyone who has ever watched one of my matches, tweeted something on Twitter, like talked about me, watched a show I was on, not even my match specifically, like, I'm just so grateful, because without like people caring, like, it wouldn't make wrestling. One thing I think that makes indie wrestling so special is that people care so much about it, and it's just incredible. Like, I feel like there's very few things like it in the world, and so yeah, thank you to any fan or wrestler who's like said hi to me. I don't know. Thank you. Thanks for like being
it's sweet,
being a part of this thing that like I get to do for like fun, and also just like my life passion. So thanks for making it possible.
Aw, I love that. So great. Fans are great. I always say that about independent wrestling. That's why it was like dear to my heart. Not that I don't like, I mean, I like my AEW and stuff, but indie wrestling has its way. It's more intimate. It's more personable, like, we get to like interact more better with you. Like the heels, we could like heckle, and then like they'll heckle back, like, we could cheer for, the good guys, and, give that vibe. It's just so different. Like, that's why I always pushing the indie side. So very, very different. I love all you guys. You guys are great. So I like manifesting matches on my podcast because sometimes they actually happen. So I love it. So with the fun of it, has there been anybody that's caught your eye that you haven't wrestled that you would love that chance to get into the ring with? It could be somebody like just starting up, or maybe a vet, maybe.
Yeah, I brought her up already, but Alex Windsor in the UK. I saw her wrestle at Eve, and yeah, I want a match. So
gotta heal up. Go
manifesting
back.
that.
We're gonna manifest it. We're gonna clip it. We're gonna post it. We're gonna tag it. We're gonna do it. Make it happen. So too fun. So what's some things you like to do when you're not in the squared circle?
Yeah, things I like to do. I make music.
Oh.
So I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Same name, Becca with a 3. And yeah, I love to listen to music. I love to make music and go see music and listen to it live. I love all aspects of performance, costumes, makeup. I wish I was better at makeup. I'd like to get better at it, so working on that. But yeah, all of that is stuff I like to do when I'm not wrestling, I guess. Also like working out. I don't know. I was like doing CrossFit. Obviously I can't really much anymore. That was like interesting. I liked CrossFit. Would like to get back into it at some point. Yeah.
I heard that's like hard to do. I had a couple of friends. They were like, "Yeah, I tried it," and they were like, "Tiff, I was like death after." Like they were like,
It's fun because there's so many like different aspects to it that like
right,
I feel like people are always good at like one part of it.
right,
Like people who are like really strong maybe aren't as like fast because like the workouts are so like some of them are based on like speed or what a lot of them are based on speed and or like timed and I don't know, it's just very interesting. And then like some people are really good at the like athletic parts and like bad at the other parts, like good at this, bad at cardio, whatever.
yeah,
And so I think that's what makes it really interesting. Is like, yeah, there's so many different aspects to it.
yeah, yeah.
I really liked it.
That's fun. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I can't do it, but like you guys enjoy it pretty much.
No, but I think that's like the cool thing about it is that like anyone can do it because
Mhm.
yeah, there's bound to be some part of it that you're gonna like.
No,
I
I'm
think.
good. I'm good. Like not with my health condition. I'm good. I'll sit there. I'll have the towel for you guys. I got you. Like,
There's definitely been classes where like I just do like one of the exercises
mhm.
because they're just too. Some of them are just really challenging.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I see. I like the when people put up the post of like what they're actually doing and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, like, ooh, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my popcorn, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put myself on. I'll keep my workouts to myself.
There you go. Wes says in the chat, great answer, Becca. Indies is Kyle and my favorite show. We only go to because everyone is so awesome. So Kyle, that's so great. Yeah, everybody's great. So again, that's why I push all the wrestling with positivity because those things really need to be showcased more. So I love all that stuff. So I have two final questions for you. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free, drop them into the chat. So I know, like, you have a little time before you're gonna, get back into the ring, but what are some goals that you would like of 2022?
Yeah, I kind of like got some of the goals checked off already. I like knew I wanted to wrestle in the UK and Europe. I would like to wrestle for WXW. Unfortunately, did not make it over there, but I would like that to happen this year. Yeah, I really just want to like go different places. I would love to wrestle out west. It's been really interesting seeing the scene like develop over there.
Mhm.
I mean, I just feel like there's been a ton of shows over there recently that I've been seeing on like Twitter and like YouTube, whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like different women I would love to wrestle. I really want to wrestle for Mission Pro. And like Black Label, Freelance, just a lot of like different like really good promotions that I'd really like to work for this year. And yeah, I want to like win all my matches and yeah.
Hopefully come back real soon. Real soon. Sky says, I'm getting my notepad ready for the questions. What questions? Give me your question. I know you tweeted at me that you had questions for her. Drop them in the chat so I could ask her. So, oh, I know what she's waiting for. Okay, so my final question. That's what she's waiting for. So my final question, which is going to be great for her, because she is starting out training and learning from all you guys, which is great thing, and the support system that's out there for a lot of you guys with her has been wonderful. So I always like to add off onto a positive, for those amateur, those inspired wrestlers, wanting to get into it, those thoughts. What's a piece of advice that you would give them?
I think like wrestle for yourself, like do it for yourself and do what makes you happy. Yeah, it's like it's really hard on your body and it can be really hard for like your mental health. can be easy to compare yourself to others, compare your trajectory, your progress. And so I think, and also it's like really hard for a lot of people with their like body image, how they view themselves. And I think like, yeah, just do it for yourself and do what makes you happy because um, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what other people think. If you're happy and thriving, then it doesn't really matter what other people want from you or think of you. So, yeah, don't let anything get to you and do what you want to do.
I think that's gonna hit Sky very hard that you said that, because I like watch her and I watch like how, you know, again we talk about like everything on, you know, social media can be like very toxic, and you know, and then like I love the fact that even with her is that she's been posting up like her training, or she'll send me clips, or she'll send like wrestlers clips so they can kind of help her through this, you know, process, you know, of the beginning of it, which is great. So I just feel like I'm waiting for her to respond to it, because I know she will, because I feel like it just like hit all the feels on Sky right now. So I think that's such beautiful, you know, advice that I don't think anybody's really kind of said that on this podcast before, that you really got to do it for you, you know, whatever with everybody else. So, you know, be happy and all that fun stuff. But so thank you very much for that. And Sky, I'm waiting for you. She's probably still writing. That's probably what she's probably writing it all down. Much love to you. So again, like if you guys have anything last, just drop it in the chat for me. So but yeah, so unfortunately, like I'm kind of sad, like I'm not gonna see you. I was looking forward to see you at Intergender Bonanza, Sand Style show, so I'm not gonna see you there, so kind of sad. But you know, and then
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully soon. I hope you feel like so much better like soon. I hate that, like I feel like a lot of injuries have been happening the last couple of months with a lot of people. It's been a lot, like a lot of people and I feel like it's a lot more foot injuries more than anything I've been kind of noticing, but still sucks. So like I feel for all you guys, so I hope you heal up fast so you can get back into the ring so I can enjoy you in the ring. So so pretty much like do you have anything like still scheduled with the hope of soon, or not yet?
It's TBD right now with wrestling. I really can't say
Yeah.
much. I'm still waiting for answers myself about what my recovery time is going to be like. So hopefully I'll get that answered soon. Unfortunately, like stuff like MRIs can like
All
take
that fun
time to
stuff.
schedule and
Yeah.
get everything like sorted. So I'm honestly don't know myself. But I will say that I always have stuff cooking, so keep an eye out on my social media. Just because I'm injured does not mean that there won't be stuff to check out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Twitter at Becca Forever, Becca with a 3, and same with Instagram. And yeah, I just released some new merch on my website. It's becca-wrestler.square.site. So yeah, check that out. I have some cool hats that I just posted, so
Oh, cute.
get yours because they are selling.
Yay.
So
Get them while they're hot, pretty much. And all those links, they're in the description below. So if it's a little easier for you to grab them from the links, definitely hit them up in the description. So, well, I guess that's going to like come to an end. Becca, thank you so much for hanging out with me. We got to learn a little bit about you. I can't wait again that you get back into the ring so I can see you. You know, it's a pleasure as always.
Thank you so much for having me on. This was really fun.
Yay, I'm so glad. So
thank everyone in the chat too.
Yes, thanks for all your questions, all your love. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, very much. So again, Monday, really early, and this is gonna be a very fun podcast. Ace Romero is coming on, so I'm gonna need a lot of coffee. Because I know he's gonna be very extra with me, so definitely make sure you're subscribed.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so like this is gonna be fun, so make sure you guys come check that interview out this Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So come bother me and bring your coffee, pretty much. But guys, you know the drill. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn that bell on so you can see what's going on, and follow me on social media. So you know it. Stay safe, support independent wrestling. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.